Matt Aguilar here with ComicBook.com. And today I have the pleasure of speaking with WWE NXT Superstar Kelani Jordan. How are you?
Good. How are you? I'm so excited to be here.
Thanks so much for taking the time. I know things are crazy busy. We are a week out, less than really a week from deadline. And, you've got a big match in front of you. You are in the match with some of the, biggest and brightest in NXT in the Iron Survivor Challenge, which is, it's crazy to think that this is only 1 year old, this
hmm
match type in general. And really, you're also celebrating your 1 year
Yes.
in NXT. So it's like perfect. This is like simpatico.
Yeah.
It's great. What can you tell us about? I know coming into this, you've said you had a little bit of a chip on your shoulder,
hmm
and you were really kind of trying to, like just showcase the drive and the talent that you've got going into this stacked roster. What can you tell us what it would feel like to come out of this match the winner?
Oh man, if I come, well, not if, when I come out of this
And
match as the winner and being the number one contender, possibly going against, Lyra, whenever that may be, it would be amazing because, like you said, I'm only a year into this. So it would be a testament to how hard I've worked. It'd be a testament to the great training I've gotten at the Performance Center. And it would show that, hey, I may not have won the breakout tournament, but we all know who really broke out. So when I become the number one contender, everyone better watch out because I'm coming.
yeah, it's I know the breakout tournament didn't end the
Yeah.
way you wanted, but also it's one of those things, right? It's like it doesn't necessarily matter who wins in that case because talent's going to showcase
hmm
regardless of when it's shown, so no, it's awesome. And do you approach this because this is such a unique match type,
Yes.
it's and it's also very new. It's kind of like, normally people have a lot of material, especially with WWE, right? You have so much
hmm
material to watch for Survivor Series or for Hell in a Cell, but this is unique. How are you preparing for this?
Yeah. So I've already been studying the Iron Survivors from last year, both the men and women's. So I kind of have an idea of how I want to approach it depending when I go out. So if I'm more towards the first couple superstars throughout, I know I have to be smart because stamina, endurance comes into play, and like fatigue can set in being in there for 25 minutes. So I know like if I'm one of the first people, I gotta be smart, but still capitalize on the time where it's only a few people in there. But then if I'm towards the end, use my freshness to my ability for the people who are fatigued, even though the time's a little bit shorter. I know I have to like go in there ready to like get pinfalls because the time is limited.
Well, and it was something too, right? It's pretty cool to be introduced into the match by Jerry the King Lawler. Having
Yeah.
him pick your number there. That was pretty surreal. Did you know about that ahead of time?
No, so I saw on Twitter when everyone else saw about being announced. So it was super cool. I was like, wow, awesome. Like it's so cool to have a Hall of Famer be able to pick you and like say such kind words about you because they're like idols to us. So I was like, what?
Well, and we previously touched on it. It's been a year since you jumped into NXT, and it feels like you've had just had like a really like steady rise from a viewer's perspective of
Mhm.
like oh, she's awesome. She's working in the ring. Okay, she's pairing up with some other stars. She's in that mix.
Yeah.
What's the from your side? What's the kind of most unexpected part of the whole process? Was there something that really surprised you coming into it?
Mm, I wouldn't say necessarily like surprise me because I feel like I've been working so hard. And even though this is completely unique to me, like the sport, pro wrestling itself, I don't know if anything necessarily surprised me because I've always lived by the motto, you gotta stay ready because you never know. But if I had to pick something that was like shocking, was having the pre-show No Mercy match. Only at that time, 6 months in, I was like,
Right.
what? Or 6 months since my debut. So that was
No,
probably the most shocking.
against yeah, that was a
Against
great
Blair, yeah.
match. Yeah. Did you when did you find out that was actually happening?
Probably a week before.
Oh
A week
wow,
before,
okay.
yeah. I was hoping because there wasn't a pre-show match announced yet. I was praying, and then I got it.
That's awesome. Well, and it's also awesome to watch the commentary team and the social media teams of various of various like wings of WWE, try and figure out what to name your moveset. I gotta
Yeah.
say, I gotta credit your insane moveset, because like it's been
Thank you.
several times no one knows, like, okay, that move's just awesome. I have no idea what to call it, but
Yeah.
like, and then you'll come out later and be like, oh, it's this.
Yes.
Oh, it's this move. What's the, it's hard to come up with unique offense.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, so many greats have done it. There's so much TV now and things, so it's like it's really hard to stun, and you continually seem to do that. What's behind that?
No, I agree. I feel like it's really hard sometimes to be like innovative when almost everything has been done. So I try to like capitalize off the gymnastics background, but also getting inspiration from some of my favorites like Bianca Belair or RVD. So not like necessarily taking all their stuff, but using their inspiration or like just playing like homage to them.
Yeah.
So there are definitely some people who inspire me, but I'm always in extra ring or watching videos, trying to figure out something to be innovative, because like I said, there's a lot of elite athletes. So everyone can pretty much do everything these days. So
Right.
You have to think outside the box.
Yeah. No, the 619 arm drag was dope. That's a good one. Does it have a name yet?
So it doesn't have like a name yet, but I did ask on Twitter a while ago about fans. I was like, anyone have any ideas? So I think the number one choice so far is the World Tour arm drag. So shout out to the fan who gave me that idea.
Yeah, I think one of my favorites is it's like a twisting roundhouse kick to the head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one actually was inspired by RVD because it's a spinning heel kick, but I wanted to add a teeny bit difference. It's similar, but I wanted to add like make it look different. So it's still paying respects to him, but then also trying to add my own style into it.
No, well, success.
Thank you.
Success. And another thing too, we were tripping out over here at Comic Book because me and Nick, who cover NXT over here during Halloween Havoc, saw the Spider-Gwen gear, and we were like,
"Oh
what?
Yeah.
We lost our minds. That was sick. Where did the inspiration come from? Obviously, we've got a couple movies, we got comics, and all kinds of things. Are you a big Marvel person?
So I am a Marvel person. So I would say mainly Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, like Spider Marvel. But I do like Marvel. I feel like as I got older, I watched it more. But the Spider-Gwen costume came into play because, like I said, I love Spider-Man. But then I was like, I want women empowerment. So then I was like, why don't we do something different? But I also like the color pink. So I was like, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen would be perfect. And then I thought it could appeal to a lot of younger people who may watch Marvel, or like young girls, to inspire them as well.
Yeah, well, it worked because I was actually I think it was that night we were writing stories and stuff, and we wrote the story, and then like the image comes up on my screen, and my daughter was here, and she was like, she loves Spider-Gwen. That's her favorite Spider character. She was like, Spider-Gwen. And I was like, that's all right.
Yeah, I love that.
Good. So it's working. It's good choice. Any future? Can we look forward to some future sure looks down the line?
Yes, I definitely never know when, but I don't know if it'll be Marvel, but definitely some unique gear ideas coming up, especially even at Deadline this weekend. Something new may pop out. Better be ready.
Very nice, very nice. We recently had War Games, and that was always it used to be such a staple in NXT, and it's done so well, kind of moving to Survivor Series and kind of becoming that show's kind of focus and things. And we had a great women's matchup with a stacked lineup. Looking ahead, not trying to look ahead crazy far, but looking ahead, maybe next year, you're in that mix. In that War Games match, who you picking? Who's your dream team? Who's standing alongside you?
I would love to be in War Games next year. I think there's so many good ones. I would have to pick. The team this year was really good, so maybe I have to run some of them back. So Bianca would be cool. I believe Charlotte would be a great staple. What about if it's all four of them? Shotzi. What if it's all four of them plus me? So make it 5-on-5.
Yeah, and Damage Control has the numbers, at least right now.
Yes, yeah, they have the numbers. So because all of them are so good, and I think they could just add me to the mix. It'll be awesome.
No, for sure. And then, obviously too, we've got so much crossover. It's been so fun to watch NXT with so many of the, Raw and SmackDown stars in the mix. And then we get NXT stars over there. And it's just been there's such an energy right now, I feel like, to NXT in general.
Yeah.
And then also just the crossover stuff. One, I guess, what is, have you kind of, since you've been there, noticed a big change or a ramp up in that energy in NXT? Have you kind of seen that momentum kind of build?
Yeah. Yes, you can feel it when you're in there. You can feel the momentum just constantly going on a rise, and it's super cool to have main roster talent like come into the mix of NXT talent, because it shows that, hey, NXT talent are just as good and can hang with the best of the best as well. So I think even when you're a fan in the crowd at the Performance Center, or even a talent in the back, you can feel the energy, and it's just so positive that everyone feels good about where the brand is going.
For sure. And it's also too one of those things where you just like, there's an unexpectedness to it.
Yeah.
Especially when you have, titles being, on the line and that a little bit. We have three. So we have three women's champions right now. We obviously have Lyra Valkyria in NXT. We have Rhea Ripley over on Raw, and then we have Io Sky in SmackDown. Now, obviously, you come out the winner of the Survivor Challenge, you're going to get a shot at Lyra. So we'll exclude that because there's actually on the table, and that's like a possibility that could happen by the end of the week. So let's say if you could challenge Rhea or Io and have one of those kind of crossover matches, who's the one? Who are you challenging?
Both really good. I would have to go with Rhea. Judgment Day is just too dominant right now. So I feel like I would have to go with one of the most dominant forces in all of WWE. So I'm going to go straight to Rhea.
Understand. And of course, because they never just bring one person, you got to have someone in your corner.
Yes.
You and Roxanne have had a nice, friendship. I feel like it's been beneficial. You guys have been working together as a tag, but also then, she comes in and just helps a little, and with Kiana, what's it been like getting to work with her more on TV, but also can we look forward to more, tag team matchups with you guys, in addition to what you guys are doing singles?
Yeah. So, I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, definitely we could do maybe some teamwork, like some tag matches. But I know she wants to handle her business with Kiana first. And it's been really amazing working aside Roxy. She's such a awesome talent. Her technique is spot on. So being able to learn from her has helped me a lot in the ring, but also even just outside the ring, learning just the industry and the way to carry yourself too, especially as a top babyface. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
taught me a lot. Yeah. In ways that she may not even know that she's taught me. She's taught me a lot.
Well, and looking forward to 2024. Obviously 2023 is almost up here. And you could very well end the year with a title shot, in your hand.
Yeah.
What do you feel is most important for you as a superstar in general? But also just your own, kind of personal fulfillment in 2024. What's that thing that you have earmarked that you feel like if you accomplish that, it would be called a year of success for you?
I think for just learning more about who Kelani Jordan is, because just developing myself, understanding more of who I am, especially because wrestling is foreign to me. So I just want to get better in the ring at wrestling itself, but also just inspiring others. I think that will be a successful year if I'm able to inspire other people. Like if they want to go into wrestling, that they can do it. Or I feel like that will be a successful year, because obviously the goal is to get better and better in the ring, but I also want to relate to the fans. I want to be authentic. I want to be someone that they can look up to and be like, because Kelani did it, I can do it too. So if I'm able to inspire just one person next year, then that's still amazing for me.
No, yeah, it's amazing. And it's just surreal to think too that, and I know Shawn Michaels brings it up a lot, that, it's when we're watching, NXT talent, and it's Yeah, we have like 6 months to a year, maybe 2 years of like log time that we've watched. But then he's like, yeah, but they've had like, you've watched like 8 matches, but you've watched their entire 8 matches. Like those are the only 8 matches you've had in your career.
And I think that's so cool because the fans can see my evolution from my level up, my first match with Wendy Chu, all the way to even this Saturday in Bridgeport, Connecticut, about the Iron Survivor Challenge. So being able to see even that small like lapse of time of how much I improve, imagine in another 6 months where I'm going to be, hopefully with the title around my waist.
Well, yeah, fingers crossed on our side here. All the best success. I can't wait to see what's next for you. You're going to kill it. And of course, you can catch all of our coverage on the NXT Deadline event, as well as just NXT every single week right here on comicbook.com.